Good afternoon. Today on Business Success in Six with Stacie, I have Emily Del Revord here. She's a co-owner of Cooperage and Boone and Crockett in Milwaukee. Emily, thanks for jumping on with us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's always our pleasure. We are really excited to learn a lot about what it's like to be a co-owner of multiple places. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you 6 questions and we'll hear a little bit more about your business.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's great. When people ask you what both businesses do, how do you describe Boone and Crockett and Cooperage?
Yeah, I mean, my short answer is Boone and Crockett's a cocktail bar, and the Cooperage is an event venue here in Milwaukee. But general overview, Boone and Crockett, yeah, we're a cocktail bar, but we also host live music and DJs. We do a lot of like community events and everything as well. The Cooperage, it's an event venue. We do a ton of weddings, so many weddings. Um, Also concerts, private events, corporate events, community events, kind of anything that'll fill the space.
Awesome. So how big are both of these locations?
Boone and Crockett, we've actually moved into a larger location. So previously we were in a small location in Bayview. So we've tripled in size in the last 4 years. We are about a 300 person capacity with a very large patio on the river. And then the Cooperage is a 400 standing room capacity. For weddings, we can do about like 175.
Okay, awesome. Very cool and complementary. Go from one to the other, right?
Yeah, definitely.
When you first started these businesses, what were your plans and how have they changed? I know we talked a little bit before because there's other people involved. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, definitely. So my husband started Boone and Crockett 10 years ago in Bayview. When we opened Boone and Crockett, it was a small, really like neighborhood cocktail bar. We had a capacity of 69 people, I think, if I remember correctly, with a small patio out back. And really, the goal was to just have this space where people from the neighborhood or wherever they're coming from could have, a really nice cocktail, enjoy conversation. We didn't have any TVs because we really wanted to, just make it about enjoying people and the conversation. Over the course of the 4 or 5 years that we were originally there, we just kept growing and growing, and we really outgrew the space. Like on the weekends, it was jam packed. You could barely get through the bar. It was crazy. So we had the opportunity. One of our good friends, Derek Collins, approached my husband about buying a warehouse in Walker's Point, which is the location we're here now. So we took that opportunity because we were able to go from 69 people to almost 300 for Boone and Crockett. And then also had the opportunity of opening up the Cooperage as an event space.
Okay, that's super exciting. And the
Yeah.
immediate growth in that short period of time is just incredible.
Yeah, it's a different beast than it originally was.
I bet, but that's okay, right?
Yeah, no, it's
Just
been
roll
good.
with it. What's the biggest way that you're impacting the community?
I think one thing that's great about being a popular bar and venue is we can do a lot for organizations within our community. So we really try to host groups at Boone and Crockett or make a special cocktail where the proceeds go towards an organization that we support. We do a lot of community events inside the Cooperage as well, offering a discounted rate or sometimes free, depending on what's going on inside the Cooperage. So we just really try to support local organizations that we like and that we have, a common ground with. And I think that's the best thing that you can do as a business.
Absolutely. I remember following you guys for a while. And did you do,
Mhm.
was it a blood drive in the Cooperage over through COVID? A couple of things like that.
Yeah, we did a few blood drives in the Cooperage, which were great. Very, they were, I won't say sold out, but the whole day. We also did a COVID vaccine drive as well. That was really great. All of our staff got their boosters, and we were booked the entire time as well.
That's great. Well, thank you for all of that. I know that makes a big difference in a lot of people's lives. So being socially responsible and a fun place is extra
Yeah,
cool. So
yeah, go get a drink after you give blood. No, that's probably a
totally.
bad
It's
idea.
you need to rehydrate, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
What is one challenge that you have faced that other business owners can learn from?
I think everybody in our industry, in the service industry, really had a lot of obstacles to overcome, and we saw a lot of businesses close during COVID. Um, and with that happening, I would say, in general, but especially with COVID, there's always going to be something that somebody doesn't like. There's always going to be a person who has a criticism or a comment about what you're doing. I used to take it really personal whenever something like that would come in and be like, oh my God, what do I do? I need to change something. I need to talk to this staff person. I need to, all these different things. And what I've come to realize is kind of got to let it go. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't agree with you or wants to tell you how bad you are or whatever it is. And you just got to try your best and keep going. Definitely learned that with COVID, with all the mandates and everything. So
Yeah, that's really, really good advice. And my 42-year-old self is still trying to
I
just
know.
let some of those things go. If you're a person that cares about others, it's really tough. So keep saying that to everybody you meet, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes just got to let it go. So
Yeah.
what does the future look like for both Boone and Crockett and the Cooperage? And do you have an exit plan?
Oh, that's a really great question. I don't know what the future holds. We kind of just keep going, and especially after COVID, it's been all hands on deck once everything kind of opened back up. So I think over the next like year or so, I really want to refocus on to what we were doing before COVID, focus on getting some really good cocktails going at Boone and Crockett, focus on just supporting all the different events that are going to be happening at the Cooperage. Do I have an exit plan? Not at the moment. I think my husband and I are happy where we're at. So if anything does changes, we'll figure it out.
Absolutely. That's what we do, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So all subjects open. What inspires you most?
Right now it's honestly my staff and my colleagues right now. My husband really took a step back from the overall management of both Boone and Crockett and the Cooperage. So really I've taken on both of those, and I rely so much on my management and everybody that works here. So those people that work here really inspire me. um, I want to make sure that they're taken care of. I want to make sure that they are focusing on their goals as well, and I can help them get to that. So they are so awesome and they help me so much. So really truly, like, they are the ones that inspire me to keep going every day.
Awesome. Thank you. And that's really inspiring when you're caring for your team. So thank you for
Yeah.
caring for them. That butterfly effect just keeps happening.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So tell me the best way, the best call to action. If people want to go visit, get a cocktail, schedule a wedding, what should they do?
Yeah, we are super active on social media. So find us on Instagram is kind of our main hub. That's what we like to use the most. We are on Facebook as well, but Instagram, we have our tags. Boone and Crockett is at Boone Milwaukee. And then the Cooperage is at Cooperage MKE. So you can find us on there. We post all of our upcoming events for both spaces. And if you're looking to book, you can always email us, which we have those on our Instagram as well. So that's the best way to contact us and find us.
Thank you so much, Emily, for your time today, your advice, and sharing your businesses with us.
Thank you so much.